Hey, welcome back to today's video. You guys asked me if I could look at the most recent John Kuckian drama, the controversy. For those of you that are unaware, John Kuckian is a British YouTuber who is primarily a drama channel. He dishes out the dirt, spills the tea on many influencers, but most of the time what he does is borderline hatred. And a lot of people are really upset with the way that he is handling his channel. So most recently, John took a trip to the States, went out to California. When he got out there, he had a couple of issues. He was going from hotel to hotel, didn't really have a place to stay, started living with a few people here and there. Then as things got worse, he released a video that is now deleted where he asked his fan base to adopt him.
I am in Southern California. I am here visiting. I'm on holiday. I'm visiting Titty Queens, and my living situation has gone really tits up, okay? Like mega tits up. Like I thought I was so organized, and I was, and it went tits up. I'm kind of in a really awkward living situation. I've already stayed in 2 or 3 different hotels, and I'm now staying somewhere else today. I really need to move, like today, tomorrow, the day after. I just came here for a big holiday to see things and get some sun, and I was wondering if anyone wanted to adopt me, okay? And I'm actually being deadly serious.
I do want to point out that us in America, we already know you really don't want to room with strangers out here. I mean, like, we're one of the only countries that you can literally just walk into a store and grab a gun if you need one. I'm not saying that the United States is dangerous, but I'm just saying that you definitely don't want to go living with people you don't know. But when this video came out, a lot of people just did not like the fact that he went into details. He was in a very not good situation, but then they felt like he was coming off as very entitled as he laid out the exact things that he wanted in a house that he stayed, and it seemed a little bit luxurious.
My ideal place that just popped into my head is like a really big family home. I have like a big spare room that gets a lot of sun because I'm quite sun sensitive. Do you have a big family home with a big bedroom with lots of sunlight, and if you happen to have a double garage, I would be super grateful, like incredibly grateful.
It did come off a little bit entitled. Yes, it did seem like he was in a bad place and he was just asking for the biggest house that he could move into, and I'll be completely honest with you. My ideal place, just in case anybody wants me to move in with, my ideal place is a huge luxurious mansion. It's got to have a castle columns. All right, it's got to look like a castle. It's got to have a moat. Also, if you could have a one of them Batman lights in a butler, so then some people did reach out to him, pretty much meeting every criteria that he asked for, which seems to be too good to be true. But let's read that email. Shouts out to Margo Indigo. I did get this from her video. Her video is also in the description below. It says, "Hi John, my wife saw your YouTube video today and we found it very coincidental. We love your videos because you have a lot in common with my wife, who is much younger than I am. We are finalizing the purchase of an 11,000 square foot house that she plans on making into a beauty guru's dream house with amazing features such as a glamour room, fully functional nightclub with downstairs and full kitchens, regulation tennis court, endless rooms, 22-foot ceilings, plenty of privacy, etc. We have no kids, nor will we have them. My wife is really into makeup and basically has every Sephora product. She basically has more makeup than she could ever use in a lifetime and is willing to share all of this with you. As far as the cars go, we have a new Corvette Z51 and an Audi R8, both of which are fun to drive. You are welcome to use them. You could have your own private room and private bathroom, and there's plenty of space where you can either be completely alone or hang out with either both of us. My wife is going to be redesigning the glam room, and she would love to have a partner like you with your great ideas to make it awesome. She's seen your work that you've done for friends in other countries, and she thinks you're amazingly talented. And with that said, there really would be no strings attached and you wouldn't have to do anything. No need to pay rent, and you can help yourself to food and whatever we have. As mentioned earlier, my wife is a lot younger than I am, and the friends she has have all just tried to take advantage of her, and I've watched them treat her like absolute crap, when she is the kindest, most giving person I have ever met. When I come home from work, she is watching makeup videos because she has no one to hang out with. When I seen your videos, I seen so much in common between you and her, and it feels like you would be the perfect adopted member of our family. And she says, hashtag titties. I'm not really sure why that's relevant, but I'm told that his community fan base called themselves the Titty Fam, so that's probably got something to do with it. She has tried to DM you in the past and you haven't responded, but she understands why given the harassment she goes through daily on Insta. I am blank, and your scientific background probably makes a lot in common for us as well. Now, one catch is that we do have 5 dogs, however, they will love you, but stay out of your way, and you will always be able to escape from them when you want. They're not yappers. We are closing on a house at the end of June, and we can fly you out in early July if you're interested. The house is currently going through all of the necessary inspections to finalize the purchase. Her Insta handles are blank. Yes, she is a personal trainer, nutritionist. Yes, there will be a full gym once we get it set up starting the week we move in, and blank. There's a lot more to say, but we'll leave it at that for now. Blank. Phone number is blank. Blank. And email is blank. My phone number is blank. Office. We hope to hear from you. Best. Well, you know, that just sounded absolutely amazing. So then John responds with, wow, I can't even explain in words how excited and how grateful I am and that you have contacted me. When I mentioned this in my video, I really didn't think anyone would email me, and I have been sent so many kind messages about this, and so I just wanted to say a massive thank you. I really lost for words with your email. Your proposition really sounds perfect to me. So basically he was really excited and he gave his best wishes and moving on. Now I did get these email screenshots from Beauty with Ashley, so her channel is also in the description below. So upon hearing this great generous offer, absolutely John was over the top, and they offered to fly him out in July, but he was in a horrible situation because he was kicked out from a dude in Malibu and he needed to go somewhere now. So instead of waiting until the proper time, he asked them if he could come this instant. Upon hearing that request, the family did pay for his plane tickets and luggage price. Here are those screenshots. Here's the plane ticket. It says you're all set to jet, and this is in retrospect from I'm guessing that her pseudo name we're calling her is Lily. He was supposed to move into the mansion I bought in Ohio. I told him we would be ready in July. Shit hit the fan in Cali with whoever he was staying with. I had to buy him a plane ticket out for the next morning. Of course, he made himself out to be the victim. I also paid for his extra luggage fees and PayPal thing so he could pay the airline. So here's my thing. I'm the type of person that has to pay for his own things. I would not feel comfortable for a family paying for anything of mine. If, let's say in some alternate universe, I would be accepting to move into somebody else's house, which I would not do. It just seems completely irresponsible. Let's say that I would do that. I just couldn't let anybody pay. I couldn't take a free ride. I work so hard, so often. It is in my belief system that you need to do your own things. Does that make any sense at all? So the really cool thing that they did is because he didn't have anything with him, they actually bought him a bed, they bought him clothes, and a number of other things. So things went well for a while, as you would expect. Everybody always is nice in the beginning. You know how they go. It's common for people to put on a play during the phase of meeting someone, and then the plays cannot be kept up for so long. It's like if you was to put on a fake smile and then hold it for like that entire time, it's really difficult and your muscles get tired over time. They said allegedly that John Kuckian got really weird and started recording them. That's right, she said eat my ass.
You really want this right now? Every fucking person that's trying to drag you, you fucking beggar ass fucking bitch.
That was her calling John Kuckian a beggar ass bitch. Now I wanted to show those recordings first with of course that anybody that gets recorded and caught saying anything like that, they're going to have excuses. That's just a natural thing. I want to refer back to the email. I'm going to be doing that quite a bit in this video, I'm thinking. She is the kindest, most giving person, kindest person that he's ever met. Now I wanted to point that out because how she's acting now is not a reflection of kindness. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, what if you were in that position, this and that? Well, I'll be honest with you. I've been in many situations that are less than perfect. And I personally do, and it's not fair for me to say this because I personally practice compassion above all else. But it is my belief that you attract what you are in your mind, and I don't know if acting like this, and I'm pretty sure she used a lot of words in profane fashion that I find really distasteful. And I don't want to be nitpicky about it, but they did accuse John also of recording, and I just want to be neutral on this in an unbiased position. But maybe he did have a reason to record. So originally Beauty from Ashley was she was looking for somebody that had some information on the scenario that John was going through and all the difficulties he was having when he was out in the States. This is what she said, and this is the reply back from I guess her name is Lily, the woman that John stayed with. Ashley did tweet out, she said, "I'd love to speak to any people he's been staying with. I'm sure they have all the tea." She said, "Right here, girl. He stayed with you. Yep, I'm the one that burned my house down and went completely insane. I wonder what he did to the guy in Miami to make him kick him out with 15 minutes notice. It sure as shit wasn't over him going to meet Titty Fam." Again, that's his community base. "I'm pissed. My husband is beyond angry. Here's why I'm coming forward now. He filmed me, took pics, voice recorded me in my own home the whole time. My husband too. I have so much to say. I blatantly saw him doing it one day while I was outside in my PJs, which consists of men's XXL shirts and large baggy bottoms with no makeup and messy hair. He was by my pool deck with his camera sideways on me. I said, 'Stop.' He said, 'No.' I said, 'Why are you doing this?' He replies, 'It's just for memories.' Then another time the iPhone stopped recording, and you know that noise the phone makes when it stops recording? It made it while me and my husband and him were in the room just talking." He goes on to say that John ate half donuts in her $100,000 car, ate chocolate cereal for breakfast, and claims that he doesn't eat sugar. But then goes on to insult him and say that he has a gut on him. "He accused me of beating my husband, beating my dogs, arson, kidnapping, lock him in a basement, which is 3 doors and only one of them locks, from the inside, which he was in and could have just walked out the door. I was screaming in the videos before he left because I gave him days notice to leave. He wouldn't go quietly, and after putting up with his bullshit for almost a month, I'd lost my mind and wanted him out immediately. These are very serious allegations to make against someone, which is why he deleted the tweets. But hello, they're on Guru Gospel, the site that he's on, and it checks continuously." She goes on to say that the problem that she had with filming was because she was in really large clothes that made her look fat, and she wanted everybody to know that she does have abs. It's her really big breasts and stuff. She was worried about her reputation. I think that is probably not something that's related to the story. She said that the accusations that John was saying was not good and very severe. Well, the accusations that she's putting out are also not good and very severe. And they said that allegedly John just started being weird and started recording. Well, she, as far as I can see in the stuff that's provided, without giving any context like most people do against John, it seems like he did have a reason to record. If somebody was yelling at me and talking to me like that, not only would I not be there, but you best believe my butt would be recording for my safety. And I think that if we want to look at it from a bridge of compassion, we need to see that maybe he did have a reason to record, because she was flipping out. We heard the recordings. Things were getting crazy. And referring back to the email, the husband said she's the kindest, most giving person that she's ever met. I think the kindest, most giving person would continue to be kind and giving long after someone does them wrong. That's compassion. I know. That's just me, and like I said, I'm not for John. I'm not for these people. I'm simply giving a neutral opinion. And then another interesting accusation was that John went through her Instagram without her knowledge and did record his butt and send it to dudes, and actually was questioning her, saying, "Why do you have so many dudes hitting you up on Instagram?" Which later we found out that her and her husband actually have an open marriage, where that means they can see other people, which is fine. But John was very rude and recorded his butt, and that's kind of weird because he sent it out to those dudes that was messaging her. I don't know either. This is her in retrospect here. It says, oh, it's so creepy. He was in my DMs on my phone messaging men pretending to be me. He took videos of his ass in his boxer briefs to send to them. If you want the vids, I have them. Oh, man. And it says that John is always on Grindr 24/7. Ah, that's creepy. Don't ever record your butt and send it to anyone. Don't do that. Other things that he did, he neglected on responsibilities. They said that he left the lights on, and those lights are very powerful and pose a hazard of starting a fire, as well as trashing the downstairs basement, never cleaning up anything. And these are the lights that were left on. As you can see, it's because of the electricity bill, and they've left one of the lights on before it overheated so badly that it almost started a fire. And then she says that she explained it to him several times and he didn't care. My husband always came down here and had to turn them off before we went out, and that's not cool. This is her saying that he didn't pay for a damn thing, not once the entire time he was here. But I also want to refer back to the email on that. There really would be no strings attached, and you wouldn't have to do anything. No need to pay rent, and you can help yourself to food or whatever we have. That's what they said. They said he didn't have to do anything. So yes, guys, the nice, cordial thing to do, at least in America, is to do those simple things. Turn lights off, clean up after yourself. But in all honesty, they made it out like no, they didn't make it out. They said directly that he didn't have to do anything. That's what they said. But then turn right around and be upset with him for not doing the things that they said that he didn't have to do. That's just what it says. I'm not for anyone on sides here. I'm giving you the facts. This is what they say. I know a lot of people are going to be upset, but that's what it says. What do you want me to do? The next controversy that happened while he was staying there is she was upset because he was taking her makeup and destroying them. The blood sugar palette from Jeffree Star. Oh man, that one's a good one. Let me know if you guys want me to do a makeup review on my channel. I'll paint my face. Yeah, so let's look at that. He said basically,
Hello and welcome back to Kuckian's Courtroom, your source of beauty investigations all through the week. Today we are going to be doing a brutally honest, non-arslicky review, first impressions of the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar Palette. This is something that's been highly recommended. Inside, again, it's a plain box, so
basically he did reviews on a couple different makeups while he was staying there. But he neglected to say that she bought it and it was her makeup. Couple things I do want to say on that is that it's his YouTube channel. He's making videos. I can see where he would not want to say anything about it being somebody else's because he's on vacation. He's just trying to get a video out for his viewers. But on the other hand, it would be a simple, nice gesture to include them in the videos. If it was me, I would include them in the videos. But I just do that. I just try to be nice and including. I like the more the merrier type feel. Maybe John is not that type of person. Maybe that's the issue everybody has with him. Maybe he's an asshole. Who knows? But we do have receipts that she actually did buy and a little bit of retrospective hindsight from her. He had access to all of my makeup. I'm a Sephora Rogue member. I bought him the Shape Tape and the Ultra because he asked for it, but ended up leaving it here. The Blood Sugar palette was mine, and he took it to film with and destroyed it before he even got to see it. He took it and unboxed it downstairs. I was so excited for that palette, and he ruined the whole experience. Dadgum biscuits, he ruined the palette. She goes on to say, it was ordered before he even got here, by the way, so it's not a gift for him. However, I had been waiting months for this restock. When it came, he took the box from me, and I couldn't see it until later that night, which basically was returned to me destroyed. That's such a bummer. Referring back to the email, you guys are gonna get pissed at me, I know. But my wife really is into makeup and basically has every Sephora product. She basically has more makeup than she could ever use in a lifetime and is willing to share all of it with you. She's willing to share it all. She's willing to share it all. Not give it, share it. He left it. Those are the facts. The next thing that was really embarrassing for the family was that he had an allergy to water or tap water or something like that. And well, I did a little bit of research on that. It looks like in the Margo Indigo video around 1106. Let's look at that.
So in the entire world, in all of recorded medical history, there are only 40 cases of a water allergy. Ever. John, you are not one of those 40 people. You adopted a false affliction that, of course, would require special treatment, and not just when going to fancy restaurants.
That was what was said by Margo Indigo, and I wanted to cross-reference this because I'd like to do a lot of research, and I did find that it's widely known that municipalities add chlorine and other chemicals purifiers to the water in their systems and make tap water safe for drinking and bathing. But what's not as widely understood is how some of these chemicals can disrupt the body's hormones. However, researchers are finding that these purifying chemicals can interfere with our immune system, much like pet dander can cause hives in someone with animal allergies. It does go on to say there is an incredibly rare condition known as aquagenic urticaria, which yes is only affected by around 30 to 40 people around the world, and that is a direct allergy to water. But it does say a very common is the allergic reactions from the chemicals in tap water. That's common. A lot of people have that. Not just 30 to people. It's very common, like as if somebody was allergic to pet dander. Maybe John didn't had a reaction to this a couple times and decided, well, I really don't want to mess with that, and that's his prerogative. Now before you think but I do want to point out that as soon as he left that family's house, he posted a picture on Snapchat. He's drinking something with ice in it here. And yes, that is him. Here's another picture that shows his handle there. You can see it direct. It does have ice cubes in it. So well, here's my thing. I have stomach problems and issues, and I'm not supposed to eat certain foods. And I like I have a gluten allergy. I'm not supposed to eat gluten. It's not something I'm supposed to have. But occasionally, even though I know the consequences, I will have gluten. I'm gonna eat them chips. I'm gonna eat that pizza, stuffed crust from Pizza Hut. It's down. I'm gonna have it. I know it's gonna cause problems for me. That maybe he just wanted some ice this time. I don't know. What do you want me to say? So shit just got crazy. They had a huge falling out. They didn't like each other. Things happen. People don't mesh well all the time. That's what happens. Well, he started tweeting erratically, saying, "I'm in the middle of nowhere. She's going to kill us. I'm packing now. I'll keep you in the loop. I'm going to try to pack my suitcase and leave tonight. I need help. I'm in someone's basement and they're threatening to kill me. I never believe in the kindness of strangers. I'm in a car on the way to Baltimore now. Sorry if I scared anybody. About to try and leave. Middle of nowhere." You get the picture. This is a now deleted tweet from Kuckian, probably around the time that he left. For those asking, the girl was staying with got drunk, started beating her dogs, beating her husband, and threatening to kill me and set the house on fire. I won't expose the person's identity, but these are some very damaged people in this world. I have a piece from Margo Indigo where the woman did explain why she was actually yelling. Let's check that out. She called her husband stupid. She called John retarded, which, if you guys know me, I don't like that word. I had a special aunt. I feel like that's a very polarizing word, and that's something you shouldn't say. It's just wrong. She says, "I called Jesse stupid because he was trying to keep peace while this asshole wouldn't stop recording me and emotionally manipulate me into thinking I'm crazy. So you're fucking stupid. He's fucking retarded. Here I am in my own house with two dudes, and I'm defending myself backed into a corner. Everyone can GTFO at this point, but I'm telling you, she doesn't sound like she's scared in this recording." That didn't sound like somebody that was scared and backed into the corner. It just really did not. It sounded very, and to call someone retarded is like, and then threaten to kill them like that. I can only be sympathetic for this, and I'm gonna say I don't know all sides of the story. And if you guys want to reach out to me and talk to me, you're welcome to do that. My DMs are always open. I'm just presenting these facts as they appear. So John had enough of that. He said he was leaving. The husband then decides to drive him to the airport when John claims that the wife told the husband that he had to keep the phone on and record. So John said, I'm going to do the same thing. But other people are saying that that's not what happened at all. John just was recording like always. And I do want to point out, yes, and again, it is illegal to record people without their consent in general, and especially illegal in Maryland. This is that audio.
Even the good side, she's bragging about beating you, bragging about smashing your car up. That's not a good side at all.
Right.
I feel so bad for you, because how can you live your entire life with someone that sets out to torture you? Like, if you've spent 10 years trying to fix her and it's this bad still, she needs professional help. Like, she needs to go to a clinic. She needs to see a professional.
I know.
I've watched her smack you in the face. You can't make excuses. Like, I watched her smack you in the face.
I understand. Look, and I've been through many things, up and down, back and forth, and I'll be honest with you. If I didn't see the times when I saw kind of the good part of her come out, which is
minimal,
can be rare. There are times though.
Look, if you are in an abusive relationship, don't wait 10 years. Get the hell out of there. It's not good. Now, I'm not saying this woman was abusive and that John's telling the truth, or the latter. I don't see any. Actually, in this recording, it clearly John knows these recordings, so it does seem like he's trying to twist the narrative. It just seems fishy to me. I'm thinking that the husband doesn't even really want to talk to him, probably knows that he's recording, and it seems like they're both just a back and forth candid. It doesn't. In an audio recording where both people know that there's a recording going on, they're not going to be them genuine selves. That's just not going to happen. So I don't think we can actually base anything off of this audio because of that reason. But let me know what you think. So upon the fact that he had no consent to record, he kept saying in verifying fashion that the husband was beat by the wife. But then I have a text where the husband says that he is not abused. You can see it right here. When I dropped him off, he was saying shit about getting abused, and I said I'm not abused. He said you don't have to put up with the abuse or something like that, and I said I don't deal with any abuse. We're dealing with stresses of moving and the disaster he has made of the house. I said you don't know her or the situation. That's coming directly from the husband, but that is not the kind of stuff that you hear in the audio. As I said, I don't think this audio is something that we can trust. I did like this piece from Margot's video where she goes into the details of the difficulties and lies and how John does lie and how he gets caught.
Is that he really doesn't even notice that he tells on himself. Somehow Lily was just losing her mind like absolutely everybody else for no reason, of course. Just like the two women you were with in California who also just snapped one day out of nowhere and just threw you out on the street. Just like the Miami guy who snapped and threw you out for no fucking reason. Just like he said Here for the Tea did when their friendship ended and she just snapped one day after he didn't text her back and went crazy for, of course, no reason. Man, either that is just the largest set of perfect coincidences I have ever seen, or you are crazy making.
I do want to point that out. Yeah, that's a lot of coincidences. I've done a little bit of research. I've heard about the Peter Monn incident. I've seen the stuff between Paige. I've seen all these things like that, and it does seem like he has these situations a lot. It doesn't seem like he's very pure of heart. And now, it has always been a belief of mine that integrity shows through consecrated action, and if you're hiding a true self, it's going to come out in the things that you do, because the things in our mind do manifest into reality, and eventually, sooner or later, the dominant thoughts that you think, they do show through. That's just what happens. So it appears because he's had so many instances and so many occasions, what other thing do we have to believe? So he did end up lashing out at Beauty with Ashley, and he did lash out at Margo Indigo. The most recent video that he did upload on his channel was actually him addressing all things about Margo Indigo, saying that she had been doing videos for the last 2 years about him, and I could understand why this would be frustrating from his point of view. But at 9 minutes into his most recent video, he says that he is open and willing to talk.
And she was like, if John ever wants to speak to me, I'll happily speak to him. So we got each other's Skypes, and I was messaging him for a month. She kept standing me up. It would get to like half an hour before we're due to speak, and I say, okay, I'm ready now. Like, she would give me a time that works for her. I would be ready, and then she would bail every single time. And I was like, so you can run a channel talking crap about me 24/7, but you're incapable of having a conversation with me. What does that say? You know, it's just like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, I can't solve the problem if it's not my problem.
So John said that he is willing to square up Margot, and I think that it's only right that you get out there and you do have this square up and this conversation, and you guys hash it out, because you guys seem to have some history and some things going on there. So I think not only me, but I think everybody else would love to see that. I mean, I'm on the edge of my seat about this kind of stuff. I have formulated my opinion finally, and this is a long video. This was crazy. My community reached out to me and wanted me to put my opinion on this stuff anyways. So I did a lot of research for the past couple days, and I seen everybody that did make videos on John Kuckian generally just didn't like him already and hated him basically. And as far as I know, in the past, he said some things to some members of my community I didn't agree with. But I don't hate the guy. I don't know the guy. I'm not going to pretend that I know the guy. I'm not going to paint a narrative about anyone, but I wanted to present the facts on the most recent drama from an unbiased position, and I feel like that's a little bit of breath of fresh air and compassion, rather than make another video where it's just talking crap, because I don't want to do that on my channel. Basically, they set up the situation in a way that they would have not really liked. So John was just doing what he was told to do, which was basically nothing. Now, yes, a courteous, polite person, regardless if somebody said, and it seems like if somebody was to say, oh, you don't have to do anything, if somebody told me that, I'd be like, oh, that's really nice of them to say, but I would still go through to do the things that I'm supposed to do, right? That's just what a normal person does. But maybe John's not that type of person. Clearly he is not, because he took them at face value, and he did not did do anything, but I mean, that's what they said, so he did only what they said. So that's their fault, okay? Also, the wife losing her temper like that, there is no excuse. I don't care how mad somebody makes you, there's no excuse. Just not everybody in the world reacts that way. But what I'm saying is that you seem angry. You seem like that you have some deep-rooted issues, and from the email, your friends have done you wrong. You've been done wrong, but that is no reason to take your anger out on anyone else. Yes, people are going to do you wrong. Yes, people, let me tell you guys, people are going to do you wrong. You're going to fail at things. You're going to get irritated and angry, but the best telling of character is how you act in those times. Lincoln used to say that hold your composure and have compassion in your times of dire straits, and that is the best telling sign of a character of a human being. So when you're at your worst, that's when you need to practice these types of things, because when you're at your best, anybody can do it. If everything's going great, it's easy to be nice. Now, from John's perspective, he started recording clearly because this lady started acting radical to him. Maybe he's not familiar with this type of behavior. I don't know his living situation. I don't know how he grew up. I don't know his history or anything like that. I know a lot of people don't like him. I know that. But let's say that he just felt threatened, so he started recording. I mean, if I was in a situation where I felt threatened and I felt like I was in another country and I felt like, oh my god, I don't know these people, they could kill me, I would probably record too. That would actually, to be honest with you, if anybody talked to me like that, I don't give a crap, I would leave. There's no way I would sit there and let somebody talk. I don't care if I had to go sleep on the bench. That's just what I would do. All in all, everybody's alive in the end. Is John a horrible human being? I don't know. I'm not going to sit there and tell somebody that they're a horrible human being and that they have no room to change, because everybody has an opportunity to become a better person. You heard it here. As interesting as that is, there's always something more interesting to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know what you think, so why don't you go leave your creative and or interesting responses in the comment box below. Thumbs up for this like. As always, brothers and sisters, I will see you in the next video. I hope this video was a little bit different for you. I wanted to present the facts, and I wanted to try to be as unbiased as I could. I think I did a good job. I don't know. I'm really hungry right now, and I have to be somewhere in an hour. So I know that you're repping. If you're not repping, you're Greg. And you know what? So you better be Gregging, because those Illuminati cat sweaters are going to be gone in about 2 weeks. You won't ever be able to get them again. Those designs will be retired. So I know that you're repping. If you're not repping, you're Gregging. How do you become a member of the Rep Squad? All you do is subscribe and notifications turn on. Be in the comment section to every single video, because I'm going to be here. Greg the cat is going to be here, and the rest of the Rep Squad community as well. And I expect to see you there too, because this channel loves you. Woo! I need some food, like right now.